I don't like to gallop through life, you know? So like,
Gallop? Galop?
I know it's gallop, but I like
I
gallop.
like galop. I like it.
I do what I want. How are you? How did it go? How is everything?
Hawaii was great.
Okay.
It was a very quick trip, but I'm not complaining. I got to go to Hawaii for the first time. That's exciting. I will take it. Nobody got sick on the trip. Multiple
Remember that you were
people,
feeling a little bit sick before.
yeah, like Jake was feeling a little sick. Yeah, and then Jeff is now sick, and my mother-in-law is now sick. But
Ah,
it's on the way back is fine. Still sucks, but it's better than getting sick there or on the way.
yeah. Yeah.
But it was good.
Okay.
Yeah. And today I just found out that our health insurance is getting canceled for the boys. So I'm like super upset about that. I've had a really hard evening handling that.
Wait, hold on. That's kind of major.
It is major.
Is that
I'm
normal?
annoyed. I think it's through Covered California, so I don't know if it's normal or not, but now I'm gonna have to pay a shit ton more money to have them covered through my work, and I'm really annoyed about that.
Yo, I've seen those premiums where it's like employee, employee spouse, employee family, and
Yeah,
yikes.
yeah, I'm not happy about it. Any hoosers. I was legit like crying while making BLTs for dinner. So I'm happy to have this space now to like talk about books instead.
Well, that just made me feel a lot of pressure.
You better deliver, Karla. Make me happy.
God. Um, hey,
How are you?
okay. Yeah. Same old. Can't
Yeah.
really, same stuff. Yeah, I had my cousin come over for a little bit and she just left yesterday.
Aw.
Um and yeah, it's been fine, same
Good.
old stuff. Yeah.
Well, welcome everybody to What Have You Been Reading?
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for joining Karla and Alex on this podcast where we talk about books and all of the random stuff, including crying while making dinner and having
I'm
friends and
feeling a
family
lot of
visits.
pressure, feeling a lot of pressure.
What was
Oh
it?
yeah, we wanted to tell you guys that we haven't asked you to like our stuff and to tell your friends. And again, not just your friends, but also your enemies, your neighbors, your acquaintances, and the people that you start talking to randomly at the grocery store line. So let everybody know about us, please, so that we can hopefully grow this a little bit. And
Yeah, and also
yeah.
reviews are great, even if you don't want to write out or type out a review, like just hitting the 5 stars, because
Yeah.
nothing less than 5 stars, please.
Yeah.
Um, on any platform that you listen to, just hitting those 5 stars will kind of help give us a little bit of a credibility boost in the podcast world. So that would be cool.
Yeah. I've never understood people that like do like a 4 star and then tell you that like they loved everything, couldn't think of anything that they want to change, are just amazed by you, blah blah blah, so great, 4 star. And it's like, well,
Some people have a really hard time committing to 5 stars. I remember I had a boss one time that like gave me a rave review, but then gave me like meets on everything instead of exceeds. And she's like, well, I just don't think that people should get exceeds like across the board. I'm like, okay, but what if I am exceeding everything out of principle? You're telling me that you're not giving me exceeds even though you think I'm exceeding, but because you don't like the way that it looks on paper, that it makes you look like you're too easy as an evaluator, then I have to suffer with the meets expectations?
I don't like that
Fuck
at all.
that.
I don't like it at all. And it kind of correlates to how I feel about like when you go to like a taco shop and they ask you if you want cilantro and onion on your tacos and you're like, yes, extra cilantro, please. And then you get like like two leaves of cilantro instead of one.
Huh.
And it's like, ma'am, sir, this is not coming out of your pocket. It's literally like like a leaf of cilantro, like one of those sprigs of cilantro that I'm asking for. Can I
Oh, the
please get
whole thing.
can I get a sprig of cilantro?
I used to order once a week I would get a Starbucks drink for the custodian that worked at the junior high school with me. And he wanted like extra, 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 extra caramel sauce, like along his cup.
Yikes.
But I
Okay.
always had to like give very particular instructions because I don't want just extra sauce. I want like
You want it
half
to
a
be
bottle.
questionable how much there is
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah. It's
Like
like extra, extra, extra.
one time I was in a drive-through and I was like, "Can I please have hot sauce?" And they were like, "Oh, how much hot sauce?" And I was like, "Too much hot sauce. Like whatever you feel is right, it's not. Can you just go a
It's
little bit
not.
overboard?" And then when I get to the window, she's like, "Oh, I totally understand where you're coming from." And I was like, "I'm Mexican. I need my hot sauce.
Yeah.
I need my hot sauce." Anyway, do you want to tell me what you've been reading?
Oh, let's start with our listeners, which I'm like
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
a week late because we were going to record last week. So I got all of these like the week before that. So people are probably now moved on to other things, but I'm going to share these anyway.
Okay.
So Ghent on the Block is reading The Mysterious Bakery on Rue de Paris, which, I mean, a bakery in Paris. Hello.
Yeah.
It's the same author from The Lost a Bookstore. Do you remember? Did you read
Croissant.
that one?
I I didn't.
That was I think it was a Literate Luscious.
It was.
It was. Okay. And then Carly is also reading Zodiac Academy series.
Okay, I've heard about this series
Have you?
and people are like rabid about it. Like people love it.
Wow.
Apparently, I think that there's like I think I think there's a vampire in there somewhere, and it obviously has to do with a little bit of astrology somewhere in there, right?
Is
But
there also a werewolf, do you think? Do you think there's like an Edward versus Jacob thing?
I wouldn't be surprised. But I haven't gotten into it because it looks like a lot. Like from what I've gleaned, it's like a crap ton of books, and it's romance fantasy, I think. And I just I can't dive into a long thing of romance fantasy when I'm still kind of in the middle of Court of Thorns and Roses over here. Yeah,
I mean, but
can't
who
do it.
knows when that's coming out, you know?
I know.
I wouldn't hold my breath on that.
Not only that, but now apparently I'm in like a more than a trilogy when it comes to the villain books, which
Uh,
I love. You know that I love the villain books. I squeak
yeah,
and I squeal every single time we talk about it.
yeah.
But I do remember mentioning that I needed it to end at 3. I needed a resolution and to be done with it because I
And it's
freaking love
not.
them.
Did you finish it?
Oh yeah, there's a fourth book coming out for sure. There's absolutely no resolution to the dang story. Oh, so I guess wait, I don't want to jump into what I've been reading
Okay,
now.
okay,
So
let's
yeah,
let's let's
yeah, yeah.
finish here. So, our beloved Flippin' Pages 10 is reading Red Rising, which we've talked about a little bit.
Ah, okay, go ahead.
Hirsch, I think I was saying that right. Hirsch 07769, which I'm trying to read through here real quick, but it seemed like a very interesting book to be reading in our current times. I
Oh,
think it's about Germany and like following, you know, following along to what was happening in Germany, which
yeah.
is kind of relevant to what's happening
Here,
now in the
now.
United States.
Jiminy Crickets.
Jeff and I were talking about that recently. We're like, yeah, you can kind of see all of these things happening.
Oh yeah, it's
And
like
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, what do I do to not be the people like in Germany that just sat by? What do you
on
do?
I,
Do you just like donate money to organizations that are fighting against
I
it? Do
don't
you?
I don't know that that's enough.
So what else do I do?
I don't know.
Well,
I'm
if any listeners have ideas on
I am
how we
at a
can
loss because
support democracy.
I never thought that we would I never thought that I would live through this kind of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Oh,
don't know.
let me read just the tail end of this because it seems slightly exaggerated, but also beautiful. Written in one cascading sentence with the power of atomic particles colliding, Krasinski's novel, I don't know how you say that last name, is a tour de force, a morality play, a blistering satire, a devastating encapsulation of our helplessness when confronted with the moral and environmental dilemmas we face.
Holy
Wow.
smokes. Okay.
Yeah. He's also reading Mountain View, which I don't think I looked up. On a much lighter note, M. Heaves is reading Butcher and Blackbird, Friends to Lovers, dark romantic comedy, if that floats anyone's boat.
Okay.
Um, Lupita is jumping on the Fourth Wing bandwagon. You go, girl.
Lupita was reading Danielle Steele books a long time ago.
Look at you. God, I feel like a steel trap, Karla.
I wonder if
God damn it.
like she has just stopped with Danielle Steele altogether, or if it's like a tandem now where she is now in the fourth wing along with Danielle Steele.
Yeah, maybe she's listening and she can let us know for the next time. Mommy Loves Isabella and Lucas was reading The Fourth Daughter by Lynn Liao Butler. And let me tell you, that is a beautiful cover. And then Misty is reading Let the Willows Weep and started Killers of the Flower Moon, which was also a Literate
Ooh,
Luscious. Remember that one?
holy cannoli. Yeah, that book was intense.
Let the Willows
Yeah.
Weep had amazing reviews. What is it? Heart-wrenching portrait of a hardscrabble humble lives in rural America. Um, Dysfunctional family explores the line between destruction and redemption.
Okay.
Okay. So
All
yeah,
right.
I love like the variety of books that all of our peeps read. It's so exciting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Let me jump in. Let me jump in and
Jump
tell you
in.
what I've been reading.
Carla, let me
Let
ask you something.
Yes, tell me.
What have you been reading?
I will tell you all about it. So I'm going to finish up my thoughts on the third book of the Assistant to the Villain trilogy, which ended up not being a trilogy. It's at
Okay,
least going to be four books.
but Carla,
Tell me.
I'm on like page 2, so I don't want spoilers
No, no,
for
no.
this.
I'm not going to spoil it. I'm
Okay.
not going to spoil it. One thing that I will say is that again, I really like how silly these books are. I think that's
Yeah,
why I get a kick out of it because it's pretty unapologetic about its silliness, and I think that's why I like it because if it was trying to be something else and it was just like silly without trying to be, then I think that it would bother me, but
yeah,
I still think it's incredibly cute. One thing though is that I feel like you can tell that this story is getting stretched, and that did bother me a little bit in this third book.
yeah.
Um, what are you gonna do about it? I'm still in. I mean, I'm still in. Um, I noticed that I don't like something about the villain and Evie's relationship, and that is this.
Tell
He
me.
walks too fast, and she is always trying to keep up, and she has mentioned it, and he doesn't stop. And
Mm,
that bothers me.
hmm. Yeah.
So
Take a second, man. Listen to what she's telling you.
yeah. So if there's any tall people out there and you are walking around with a short person, you have to adjust your gait.
Yeah.
That is just the long and the short of it. And I'm not even a short person. I'm a pretty tall person. I'm 5'7", but that's still tall for like a girl, I think. And I don't like to gallop through life, you know? So like
Gallop? Gallop?
I know it's Gallup, but I like
I
Galop.
gallop. I like it.
I do what I want. So
Do
I don't
it,
like
Carla.
to like be like just like walking around like the Jolly Green Giant. So even though I am a tall person, my gait is not super duper like long limbed. as a long-limbed person would walk, maybe. So it bothers me when people walk all fast and it's like, hey, how about you slow down? How about you slow down? How about you stop
Jeff,
and smell the roses?
Jeff makes fun of me because I am taller than Jeff, so I have longer legs, but I walk
You
much
galop through
slower.
life.
No, I don't. I walk very slow. And then he's like, there's no reason for you to walk this slow. Like your legs are like so long. You could walk so much faster than your speed. But I just what's the opposite of gallop? Like a
Stroll, you could
stroll,
stroll.
leisurely strolling.
Yeah.
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 I'm not galloping through my walks.
I appreciate very much that you have jumped on my bandwagon.
I am all about it, man.
Um, yeah, so that's one of the books that I read. How about
Fantastic.
yeah. So you're on page 2 and like I do want you to get to the part where my jaw dropped because my jaw it dropped. I was like, "Whoa.
Great.
Whoa, ma'am."
I think Carly Gent on the Block is also reading this book because I posted it
Okay.
on my personal Instagram and she responded. She goes, "Oh my God, I'm reading this too."
Oh my
So
God,
that's
I'm
exciting.
excited. I really want at some point I'm gonna go into like Reddit and like read all of the thoughts that other people have. Um,
Ooh,
because
dangerous game.
no, because they do spoilers if you click on them.
Yeah.
And then that way I'll know if other people are feeling the same way about it as I am. Anywho, tell me what you've been reading.
So I finally got to read My Friends by my beloved Fredrik Backman.
Yes.
And it was good. I don't think it's not like my favorite of his books.
Oh, yeah.
Um, which maybe part of it is like the expectation of it now. Like his writing to me is so amazing that I
You
maybe
hyped him up
expect
too much. You
it,
put him on a
but also
pedestal.
like also he's human, right? Like not every single book can be this like earth-shattering literature. And it was still great. Like I lent someone the book, a neighbor across the street, and it has all my tabs of like lines that I loved. And there's a million tabs that are still like his writing is still just beautiful and powerful. But I felt like I never got as hooked onto the characters as I normally do with his books. It
Oh,
never like pulled me in as fiercely as some most of his books do. And I can't quite figure out why. Like I can't pinpoint what it was on my like hesitation to kind of jump in. But
I'm
it was
very
good. So
surprised. I'm very
oh,
surprised.
too. I mean, people are loving it. There's some people that love it, and there's some people that are like, not it. There's a lot of talk about farts and farting, and I think that's a big turnoff for some people.
I don't
And
enjoy that.
I can kind of see it. Like the first time I was like, oh, this is funny. And then it like just keeps like repeating and talking about it throughout the book. And I'm like,
Yeah, no.
I've had my fill of the fart references. Um, but it follows a young girl who's like obsessed with this painting, and then she gets to find out all about like the artist and the people that are in the painting and about the painting, and it follows them on their journey to figure out what they're doing with this like priceless painting. It was
Okay.
it was good. It was good. It was I'm trying to say it was great, but I it wasn't great for me.
Okay.
Still love him and I hope he'll write again. He's had several interviews where he's talked about like he suffers from anxiety a lot and he's mentioned like he's not sure if he'll write another one or not. I
Oh,
sure hope he does because he's
it would suck if
fantastic.
this was the last one and you're like,
I know.
okay.
I
How old
would
is
just have
he?
to start, I would have to read his stuff again. You know, I'm not a huge rereader, but I think I would start the Beartown trilogy over again and just enjoy that all over
What is
again.
his age bracket?
How old he is?
Yeah.
I'd say late 40s, early 50s.
Okay, so he's still got a lot of writing years in him.
Sure.
Yeah.
If he can work through it, he can, I think he's got a lot in him left. I hope he will. So yeah, that was my friends. What's your next one, Carla?
Okay, so I read The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix, and I read it because somewhere I saw that they're gonna make either a show or a movie about it. So I was like, okay, let me find out what's going on here. And let me tell you something,
Tell me
I
something.
loved it. It was so good. At the beginning, I thought that it was gonna be kind of like I wrote it. At the beginning, I thought that it was going to be campy and that it was going to be
Yeah.
funny and like super duper easy and whatever. Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. And then
Yes.
it got it got crazy, girl.
Ooh.
Like it started going down these little roads that would like not have outlets, but it would be like, oh, there's gentrification in this area of town. Oh, and that is tied to racism. And oh, there's also some domestic violence going on, some alcoholism,
Ooh.
blah, blah, blah. So I thought that was really interesting that that a book that started out kind of surface level ended up having, little tendrils.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I liked that. There was also some like spousal abuse through gaslighting and manipulation, and then some light sexual abuse. I mean, he like
Okay.
it happens, but like it doesn't seem super duper graphic, so it doesn't like attack the crap out of you, but like at the same
Okay.
time it's like, oh shit, what the fuck is happening? So
Yeah.
then yeah, I thought it was really really good, and it was kind of creepy. I think that there's like a good creep factor to it. And then at the end of it all, it's about friendship.
Oh,
So
Hart.
I wrote in my notes that it reminded me of that other vampire book that I read that was So Thirsty, in
Yeah.
which it was also very friendship centered. And I thought I think it's interesting that a lot of vampire thingies have been very friendship centered. So I don't
I mean,
know,
maybe
that was
that's a
interesting.
very important quality for vampires,
Maybe
friendship.
you need friends in order to like
You
fuck
need
up the
someone to like
vampire.
watch your casket during the day. Well, I guess if they're
No,
on.
no, well, like in this one, the friends are the ones who are getting rid of the vampire.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, the
yeah.
other
Yeah, yeah,
side.
yeah. Yeah. So, and then I wrote in my note, fuck Hoyt Pickens. Fuck him.
Tell me why.
Because he's the bad guy, so fuck him.
Okay. Is he a vampire?
He's the vampire, yeah.
Got
So
it. I couldn't. Carla's giving me the finger. I know it's not to
no,
me.
I'm
Yeah, no, I
flipping
know.
Hoyt Pickens off. So
I
yeah.
don't know why when you mentioned this book in my mind, maybe because it's like a dark book, I envisioned it from like the perspective of the vampires.
Oh,
The
no,
vampires being it, but yeah, makes more
it's
sense.
the book club that
Got it.
ends up getting, in a tangle with a vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I enjoyed it very much. And it's a bunch of, Southern ladies who are supposed to just be at home and be mothers to their kids and wives to their husbands, and then, you know, a vampire comes to town and
And they go, honeybee,
they have to take care of it because nobody else will.
you gotta do it. You gotta do what
Yeah,
you gotta do.
you sure do. Tell me more about what you've been reading.
Okay, so I was gonna do this one later, but I think it's a good segue, and I will explain why. The Faculty Lounge by Jennifer Matheiu.
Okay.
Um, and it follows different people from a school that all work at a high school. And like each chapter follows a different person. So ranging from a professor, like a teacher, to a guidance counselor, to the principal. There's one that's the custodian's perspective. I'm trying to think of who else, but like just all of the different players, right? From, oh, the nurse has a chapter, but it
Okay.
opens with this substitute teacher who had been a member of the faculty before he retired, and then he came back as like a much older person to be a substitute teacher, which is pretty common in the teaching world,
Okay.
for like teachers to retire and then they just kind of work days here and there whenever they want as substitute teachers. But he
I
ends up
like that.
dying. He ends
Oh,
up in the faculty lounge and then they find him. And so then it's like the drama surrounding like that happening and all of these things.
okay.
So as someone that has worked at a school and in a school district, I loved seeing all of the different perspectives of these stories. Like there was one line about like the nurse having to put in a purchase requisition and she makes a joke about like how long it takes, for them to get an order of pencils. And I'm like, yeah, there's definitely a process. Like you have to submit a requisition, which then has to go through like 5 different approvals. And then it gets to the purchasing, which I was in purchasing. And then you have to order it. And then it comes to the warehouse. And then it's like, it's like,
Yo,
I
that
don't,
just sounds like it creates so much cost. Isn't there a better way? Because, like, if you think about it, okay, you're ordering, let's say, 500 pencils.
yeah,
Those 500 pencils could be $200. I don't know what a pencil costs.
yeah. But by the
But
time you take into account all of the desks that it touched and the
yeah,
people are getting paid for, yeah.
that's lame.
The running joke in the fiscal services department was people that submitted like a personal reimbursement for mileage, for example. Like someone drove to a meeting and they're submitting a mileage reimbursement for like $3. I shit you not. And it's like the amount of labor that went into getting you a check for $3
Yeah.
is ridiculous. But
Honestly,
here's your
I
three
feel like there
dollars.
should be, I mean, wouldn't that be best to like just take care of it with petty cash?
Uh, yeah, but there's like all of these rules on using petty cash and when you can use it and when you can't. It's a whole thing.
It sounds like a pain in the ass. I don't like it.
Yeah. But so it was interesting to me to like get the inside scoop on not the inside scoop, but like to see all of these things that were kind of relatable. But then I also loved how everyone's story tied into like pretty poignant things that are happening. Like you were talking about gentrification and stuff. Like
Yeah.
this book takes place, I think, in Texas. And the nurse, for example, is talking about like this student that gets pregnant. Well, now the nurse, because of new regulations, isn't allowed to give her like pamphlets for Planned Parenthood. She like can't provide certain resources to students that she would have provided before. Um, the custodian, is having to leave her job because she's here illegally. And then, like, in learning from her story, she's like, I was a math teacher back in, I think it was like Columbia or something. And she loved working even as a custodian, but still being around students because she
Yeah.
still felt that connection to it. Um, but yeah, I just loved how it touched on all of these huge topics in these tiny little like vignettes almost,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I thought it
Is
was
it
a
one of those
really,
books that it all ties up like at the end? Like you see how they're all, I mean, obviously they all go to the same school or work at the same school, but like do you see how like do their lives actually intertwine other than because of the school?
in some of them, yeah, like there's a couple that intersect outside of school. And then, yeah, at the end of it, you see the different characters kind of coming in and out of each other's stories. So you like
Okay.
recognize and kind of know their background a little bit. There's no like big bow at the end, right? Like each story has kind of like a conclusion to that person's whatever they're
Okay.
going through. But I thought it was really well done. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
I wanted to tell you that like the vampire in my story of the Southern Book Club for ladies that want to kill vampires. What is the
Yeah.
name of the book? Hold on. What is this? The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Remember when I was telling you about the Guillermo del Toro and Chuck Hogan,
Yeah.
the strain vampire, and how he
Mhm.
had like a worm that would come out of his neck and do the puncture? This guy also has that. I wonder,
Ooh.
I wonder why there's like two, it seems like there's like two different sorts of like vampire types. There's like the fang ones and
Karla did a bang thing. It was quite entertaining.
And then there's the vampires with like the neckworm, which is disgusting. I think the neckworm is way worse. Like if you had to
Yes.
choose between which vampire was going to come around and fuck up your life,
I
wouldn't
take the
you
bite.
rather have teeth instead of a neckworm puncture you?
Yeah. There's something extra gross about a worm.
Yeah, disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad we agree.
Yeah. What's your next read, Carla?
I DNF'd something.
Tell
Yeah,
me all about it.
I did it. It's How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying. And
Okay.
I thought it was cutesy. I was in a waiting room and I was like, what the heck am I going to do with my life while I'm here? And it was start this book. And it's a really interesting little premise where she gets yoinked out of the United States, and I don't know how, but she gets yoinked and she gets thrown into this other world where she is believed to be like the savior slash princess of that kingdom. Okay, so basically she is the person who is believed to be the princess slash savior of this kingdom. So the thing with her is that she gets picked up by the wizard guy and she gets taken to the kingdom and blah blah blah, she gets captured, and this is always what happens to her. She gets captured by the Dark Lord, she gets tortured, she dies, she has to start all over again.
Okay.
So like by like life 200 and something
Oh
she has,
God.
yeah, and you don't go through all 200 lives with her. When you start the book, she's already on life 200 and something. So by this time, she's over it.
Yeah.
As soon as she's captured, her goal is to die quickly so she can just get right back on the horse, right?
Yeah.
And she decides that she's not going to be the princess anymore. She wants to be the Dark Lord. So,
Ooh.
yeah, and I really liked that. I was like, yeah, get it, girl. But I did not I just couldn't get with the style of the
Yeah.
way that this was written. It was very much like the way my head works, and I realized I can't do that reading somebody else's stuff. I can
Yeah.
barely handle myself. So reading the way that I think
Yeah.
is not good. And I realized also that I can't write books because
Me
I got kind of
cause.
annoyed. I got annoyed by it. She has a lot of footnotes, which like you've seen my writing style. I have a lot of parentheses. So like
Yeah.
my
I
parentheses are this.
love reading your inner monologues. They're so
I
entertaining to me.
think about it in like a whole novel. I think you would take off your shoe and throw it at me.
Maybe you're like a short stories gal writer.
Maybe I am, but this book really highlighted that we all have our thing and not everything is for everyone. So it was a really cute book, but I couldn't get past the writing style and I had to stop. I also didn't like that I don't like bestiality or interspecies sexual shit going on. And like she's like really into whoever she sees, she's just like, oh, look at that, whatever thing that's in front of me. And like she'll find something attractive about them. So she had sex with somebody with a tail. She's really into this ogre lady.
Ooh.
Um, I just,
How far did you get?
I don't know, probably like 25, 30%.
I want to apologize for my constant confusion between Violet Thistlewaite is not a villain anymore and the Enchanted Greenhouse book or whatever, because you said you wanted to read Violet Thistlewaite is not a villain.
I want to read the one with the murderous plant.
Violet Thistlewaite is not a villain, and I
Okay,
think you
that's
should
the
read
one
it.
I have a hold on. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay,
Fantastic.
good. So that's the one that I DNF'd.
Okay.
I would still I think that if you want something that's super duper light, um this is cute, but again, if you find me and the way that I speak or the way I explain things a little bit too all over the place, I don't think that this book is for you. Um, yeah, yeah,
I'm good
whatever.
at that. And maybe because of this, people will be like, I want to read that.
More power to you.
Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah, please do.
Hey, do you want to talk about Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors?
Oh my God, I really liked the book.
I loved it.
I really, really enjoyed the book. However,
Okay,
did
so
you?
this was a Literate
Oh,
Luscious
yes.
book club pick. Blue
Yes.
Sisters by Coco Mellors, I think is how you say it.
And our wonderful Erica is the one who picked it.
Shout out to Erica, great pick.
Yes, definitely.
We didn't get to talk about it. We were going to have book club and then people got sick and then we had to cancel. So we haven't actually had a book club discussion on it yet. I'm
Yeah,
curious to hear what people thought about it. But you liked it.
I did like it. However, I did have some issues with it.
Yeah.
Um, the repetitive nature of the model sister, Sky? What the heck was
Oh,
her
well,
name?
let's give it general. So there's four sisters. The Blue Sisters is about four sisters.
Yes.
One of them has passed away unexpectedly, and that's at the very beginning of the book. Like they're all dealing with their grief. It's like
Yeah.
a year later from it happening, but it
It's
finds the
it's bas- it's
sisters.
the it's the year anniversary. Yes.
Yeah. So one sister, Avery, is in England. She's the oldest one. She's like a recovering heroin addict or something, but she has a partner in England and has like a very established, I think she's an attorney or
Yeah,
something like
she
that.
she turned her life around a
Makes a
lot.
lot of money, has
Yeah.
like a nice house, and lives a very quiet suburban life with her partner in England.
Yeah.
And there's Bonnie, who used to be like a professional boxer,
Hmm.
and then shit happened, and then her sister died. So then she ran away to Venice
And
in
now she's like a
California.
bouncer.
Now she's a bouncer at a club and doesn't
Yeah.
talk about what happened. And then there's Lucky, who's the
Lucky,
youngest
not
one.
Sky. I don't know why I said Sky. Her name is Lucky.
Lucky Sky.
Okay.
And she's like a super
Beautiful model, but
beautiful
she's
model, but she's
all
fucked
over
up,
the
man.
place. Yeah, she's on drugs and she's an alcoholic and
She's a hot mess.
she's constantly putting herself in danger and being late to her jobs and she's um
I feel like in
yeah,
Paris or something.
yeah. So
And
she
they're
gets
all from
getting
like the
fired.
East Coast somewhere, right? Like their
Yes, New
home,
York.
like New York. Yeah, that's where they were all
Yeah.
from. So the
Um
book is following each of the three sisters as they're coming upon this 1 year anniversary and like going back and forth on how things happened and their grief and like how they got to where they are.
yeah. So while as I was telling you, I really liked the book. I really liked getting to know all of them. Um, I felt really frustrated with all of them.
Yeah,
They were very frustrating. I really disliked the parents, um, the mom and the dad for very different reasons, but
yeah,
the mom, I feel like more so. And again, here we go with the expectations that we put on different parents. Like even though the dad obviously sucked, I feel like the mom was the one that
yeah.
bothered me more.
Because she
Uh,
wasn't your super caring and homey and
no,
like
she was
warm.
awful.
Yeah,
She was awful. But then at the end, you kind of get her perspective a little bit too, and I kind of understand why she was the way she was, but I think that it highlights how again not everything is for everyone, and I don't think motherhood was for her.
yeah,
Um, okay, so the two things that I didn't like about this book were how repetitive it was in terms of Lucky being described as wolfish in her grin.
oh,
It just kept hammering on like her canines and her lupine smile, and it was like what does this have to do with what's happening in this girl's life and like with her
yeah,
choices and whatever. It was really weird. I very much noticed that. And then also with the sister that died, endometriosis, it said that like the cure would have been a hysterectomy, but she didn't want to get a hysterectomy. I don't think that endometriosis is necessarily cured by a hysterectomy, and it was weird to me that such a crucial part of the story had this like not necessarily fully correct medical fact in
Yeah,
quotes.
I thought that
I
was
googled
all a
it.
little sus.
I googled it. I was like, no, I don't think this is right. And I googled it, and lo and behold, it wasn't. And I was like, what the heck is this all about?
Yeah.
You would think that this person would have that part down since it was such um
I apologize if you can hear my 5-year-old screaming outside my window. He sounds like a gremlin. I'm sorry.
I love that. I can't hear him.
Thank
Um,
God.
so yeah, those were just like my very surfacey thoughts. What about you?
Trying to say this without spoiling anything, but like Avery, the oldest sister, there's like the storyline and you can see where it's going, like her little
Yeah,
bit of a train wreck of a
yeah,
relationship, and you just see it right away, and it's like, don't, don't,
yeah.
don't, don't do it.
And then
Don't.
she does it.
And then she
She
does it.
she does everything you don't want her to do. Yeah,
And even like in the moment, she's aware of it and she knows that she's, fucking things up.
yeah, that drove me crazy.
And then I think Bonnie was my favorite, the boxer.
Bonnie was the one who, um, yeah, Bonnie was the one that had it the most together, even though
Yeah,
honestly she very much did not have it together.
yeah.
But
I liked
I
I
think
liked
that
her a
she was the
lot.
most likable one.
But it was good. I really enjoyed it. It had been on my list for a while, so I was super excited when Erica picked it.
I didn't think that I was gonna like it. I was like, oh no, this is gonna be such a drag. And then um, I found myself anticipating getting into the car and driving a long distance so that I could hear it
Aw,
uninterrupted. Yeah, I liked it.
cute.
Mhm.
Did we talk about all the colors of the dark?
I feel like we did.
Okay.
Um,
Uh,
since this is like we're going into a long episode and we probably won't talk about these again, I do want to tell you like highlights of the other books that I read. Are you down?
I'm down.
Okay.
I have a
For,
couple others too, and I know we
okay,
can go
just
maybe a little.
like speed round.
Sure.
Okay. So for Golden Sun by Pierce Brown, it's book number two. Book number two? Yes, book number two
Yes.
of the Red Rising series, and that's why I squeaked when you told me that Flippin' Pages is reading Red Rising
Oh,
because
got it.
I wrote that I am foaming at the mouth for part three.
I just started the audio of book 3 today on
Oh
my
my
way
God,
home
do
from
not
work.
play with me, Alex. Is it gonna be so good from the get-go?
I mean, it starts off right where book 2 left off.
I die. Okay. Okay.
Die, die.
I am so into it now. Okay.
See, I think I've lost interest a little bit.
Are you freaking kidding me? The end of book two is
I
like it
know.
just it grabs you, it shakes you, and it's like, do you want a good story? Here it is, man. And you're like, oh my
See, I'm like, oh, like great, another like thing, you know?
God, no. It's being shaken by the book.
Yeah. I'm
So
in it though. I'm gonna listen to it and I'm on it for the ride.
okay. Okay. And then I read Ward D by Frida McFadden, which you
Oh,
know is a twist and turn author.
yeah.
Um,
Roller coaster, head twisties.
yes, yes. So in this, it's a psychiatric unit for like people that are a little bit criminal. And it's a story about a girl and her ex-boyfriend who are now ex-boyfriend? Yeah, he's totally her ex-boyfriend. And they're kind of like interning there like for one night. And then hijinks ensue where there's a lot of death, a lot of death.
Yikes.
yeah. So the person that you think is gonna be bad, and you're like, no, it can't be that easy. You definitely see it coming, but you don't see all of it coming, which I do like because I like to
Yeah.
kind of think that I know what's going to happen. And then once you get the resolution of like, oh yeah, I knew what was gonna happen, and then they throw a curveball at you, and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I didn't see that coming. I love that. So
Ugh,
you do
love a
get
good
that at the
curveball.
end. You do get that at the end. It kind of sucks though because like you root for the main character, but then at the end you're like, ah, but you kind of suck too. So
Oh,
it's okay. And then what are you gonna do? And then I'm currently reading Such Quiet Girls by Noelle Ely, who wrote
I was gonna say
Ask
that
for
name sounds
Andrea.
familiar.
Yeah, she's the Ask for Andrea, and I read another book by her
Yeah,
recently. So she's that author, and I didn't know if I was going to keep reading it because there were children involved. Um, but I think that it's going to be okay. I'm like a little bit toward halfway point, and I think I can deal with it. I really don't like reading about children in danger.
yeah.
And I wrote that I feel kind of stupid since there is an actual school bus like on the cover. So it's like, how did I like why did I pick this book?
Danger Will Robinson, they told you right on the cover.
I mean, yeah, seriously, I just can't trust myself. So anyway,
Yeah.
it's a school bus of children that gets kidnapped.
Jeez.
And yeah, like much like you think, it's going to like squeeze your little heart because you don't want
Yeah.
these kids to get hurt. And like it's four different perspectives. It's the perspective of one of the little girls, the perspective of the kidnappers, the perspective of the mom of the girls, of one of the moms, and the perspective of the bus driver. So
Okay.
you get, yeah, so you see it from all points of view. I like that. Um, but the little girl perspective just like, oh, it just it just makes you so sad because they're so tiny, they're babies.
Yeah.
Um, and they're all squeaky and you don't want them to be hurt. And then those
Yeah.
douchebags like kidnap them and only give them peanut
Those
butter
suck.
sandwiches. Fuckers. What about people that have peanut allergies? That was my first thing. I was like, this is all you're gonna fucking feed them? What about the kids that can't?
Just
Anyway,
gonna starve.
so so far I like the book. It's good. I'm gonna keep reading it. So
Cool.
speed round it up. Tell me.
Okay. Quicksilver, which I mentioned on our last episode, by Callie Hart. It's another romancy book. And I think I mentioned that it was very spicy. Like I couldn't listen to it even though I had
Okay.
headphones on while I was like cooking and the kids were around because I felt a little
Oh
icky.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but it was good. It's another one of like, you know, a young, very smart, very athletic, good at everything female who ends up coming across, this Fae guy that's like 500 years old and, hijinks ensue. She ends up going through this portal. There's like portals to other worlds
Okay.
through Quicksilver pools. Yeah, and she falls through, and then that's what connects the different portals together. And it turns out that she has this rare gift in alchemy that no one has ever been as powerful as she is at alchemy. They haven't seen someone so powerful in centuries. And she had no idea she had this gift. But so she is Ceres Fane, and then the Fae guy is Kingfisher, which his name bothers me. Kingfisher.
Why?
Why does it bother me?
Yeah, that's a little bit rude.
It's just like, are you a king or are you a fisher? Are you a fisher of kings? Like I can't get past it.
Maybe he's the king of the fish.
He's not the king of the fish.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know why it bothers me, but it does. And I can't get like past his name whenever they say it.
How
Because she
about
has
you
a
call
little,
him something else?
yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I will. But
Yeah.
obviously he's super hot. She's like a super great alchemist. And you know what? It's a series. It's a fucking series. I thought it was a standalone. I obviously didn't do my homework. It's book one. Book two's not even out yet.
Oh, hell no.
I know. And now I'm in it. Now I have to wait for book two because, I gotta know what happens.
This
I
is what
enjoyed
I'll
it. It
do.
was
This
good.
is what I'll do. I'm gonna let you read it, tell me all about it, and then
Okay.
if you tell me that it's good, then I might jump in.
Okay. I enjoyed
Okay.
it.
Okay.
You know what I loved? What book I loved was Project Hail Mary. I don't know if you've heard of that one at all.
The movie. It's the freaking movie. I want to see that movie.
Yeah, well,
I
obviously
love
it's going
Ryan
to have Ryan
Gosling.
Gosling. Who doesn't want a
Love him.
little Ryan Gosling in their life? Hello. I love Ryan
I I
Gosling.
I, I love Ryan Gosling.
Jeff loves Ryan Gosling. I mean,
Yeah.
he's like a hit all around
Everywhere you go,
everywhere you go.
there is Ryan Gosling.
So this one, if you plan on reading it, it has to be on audiobook.
Okay.
It has to be. There's like an audio component to it that it will not translate when you read it. And the audio is just fantastic. They do such a great job with it.
Oh, okay.
Um, but the premise is that people notice that the sun is losing heat, and then
Oh.
they discover that there's like a microbe kind of thing that's like stealing energy from the sun at like a growing rate. And obviously, just a couple degrees of difference on our planet can have dire consequences. So we would like freeze out within, a couple decades or something. So they're trying to figure out how
Ooh.
to fix this problem. Um, so this guy ends up in space trying to figure out
How
how
are
to
they gonna
save the
fix
world.
the problem on the sun?
While they're trying to figure out what that thing is and where it came from, it turns out that there's one star like billions of light years away that's the only star that's not affected. So they're like, if we can figure out why they're not affected, maybe we can figure out how to solve our problem here.
Yo, we
So
don't
the
have that
whole
much time.
so the whole book is trying to prepare the astronauts and the ship and all of the stuff that's going to travel billions of light years away to go try to figure out how to solve it. But then you're also the second timeline, right, is like his present, which he wakes up by himself on this um what do you
Spaceship.
call it? Spaceship, thank you. Um, so it's flashing back to all of the preparation leading up to it, and then him waking up in the middle of super deep space. And the
Okay.
ending was fantastic. I loved it. It was beautiful. There's a
It
lot.
turns out that the bacteria that was affecting us was within us all along. No?
It's just part of us all along. Nope. But
Okay.
there was a lot of like science and a lot of math,
Okay.
which is also why I think the audio version was great because you could kind of tune out. I think if I was reading it, I might have lost interest during some
Okay.
parts of it because it gets very, very technical. I think they overdid it on the technical components, but
Okay.
it was beautiful. I loved it. And then so the fun, sorry, we both. You want to go first?
I read another vampire story.
Hold on, let me finish this one
Okay.
because it's
Okay.
related to
Okay. Okay.
space.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So I listened to this audiobook and then Jeff listened to it, or he listened to it first and then
Hail
I listened
Mary.
to it. I forget. Yeah, the Project Hail
Okay.
Mary, and he loved it as well. But then he made this really great observation. He's like, I love that it was a space book that's not about a space catastrophe, like a ship that has like like
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
blowing up and you're trying to save the astronauts or whatever. And right after I read Project Hail Mary, I read Atmosphere by Taylor
Yeah.
Jenkins Reid, which is like a
Is it
very
listed?
popular book right now. No, I don't think it's on our sheet. Or I do. I
Okay.
just put it on there earlier.
Okay.
Um, and that one is about a space, like it opens with this, like the astronauts on a spaceship, and then this thing happens, and then the whole book, like you're flashing back and figuring out how they got to it. And then the whole time I was reading Atmosphere, I couldn't stop thinking about like, oh yeah, this is a space book about a space catastrophe. And it kind of like, I was like, oh yeah, another one of those. But it was good. It
Okay.
followed like two female astronauts when they're like part of the first group of female astronauts that were chosen for NASA. And
Okay.
then it turns out that like one of them's a lesbian and then the other one's discovering that she's a lesbian and how they have to hide their relationship because of the times. And like if people found out, then they could lose their job. And I
Wow.
thought that
Yeah.
was super interesting and heartbreaking, obviously, to kind of follow them along as they're trying to discover themselves and their relationship and also trying to like pursue their
Navigate having to
professional,
lie about who they are.
yeah, and also wanting to achieve this like huge thing, right? To be like the first female astronaut in space, but also having to hide this huge part of who you are in order to achieve that.
Yeah.
Um, but it was good. I enjoyed it
Okay.
a lot.
Okay.
How was that for for speed read?
Oh yeah, but I have one more. I have one more. I read
Okay.
I Am Legend by Richard Matheson, and it was part of a two-story book. I didn't read the second story. I just read the first one, and I wrote that it is an honest to goodness actual vampire story with no hot vampires. It was all bleak, and I loved it. You know, I love a bleak story. So it's set in the 70s where like there was a war where the US won, but like it's not the wars that we know about. It's like a different war because something happened to the entire world where all of a sudden they have like dust storms all over and mosquito
Oh,
infestations. And it doesn't straight out say it, but I think that the dust storms and the mosquito infestations are the reason that we have this like vampire apocalypse basically. That like basically nobody survives except for this man Neville, and this was a movie. It was I Am Legend with Will Smith,
oh yeah.
but in the movie it's because there was like a vaccine or something trying to get rid of, I don't remember what it was. It was because um a scientist came out with a vaccine trying to fix, I think it was Alzheimer's, and
Okay.
she fucked it up. Like she did something and it turned everybody into like people that had um like they couldn't be around water or the sun or something. I don't know. The point is that the premises are very different. In the book, it's not like that at all. Um, I loved every minute of it. It was sad. It was full of depression. It was full of sorrow. It was full of grief. I loved it so
All the
much.
things.
Yes. Um,
You had some
I
really good reads.
yeah. I wrote that it has feelings of grief, lust, tarnished by disgust because
Woof.
he is disgusted with himself because of the lust that he feels because he's
Wow.
the only person alive. So imagine here you are like not being able to like go out with anybody, see anybody, date anybody, have like your wife anymore, and you see all these women walking around and they're like, "Hey big boy, want to become a vampire? Want to die?" and and he's like, "Ew, but like maybe, but like ew." And depression, hope, and I wrote utter despair, and I loved it.
Did you?
Yeah. So anywho, that was mine.
Do you want to wrap up with what we will be reading or what we are currently reading?
Oh, well, I already told you I'm currently reading Such Quiet Girls. Yes.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
I I'm hoping to read the villain book.
Okay.
And then I just started listening to Morning Star today, which is the third Red Rising book.
Yes.
And Sunrise on the Reaping finally came up on Libby for me, but it's not connecting to my Kindle, and I'm having a hard time with it. That's a bit of a bummer, but I'm hoping. That's the
Okay.
one,
The Hunger
Hunger,
Games one.
Hunger Games. Yeah.
Hmm. You
And
know,
then
I
I
never
have some
read those books.
AOCs.
I never read those.
I can't remember if I read the books or if I just watched the movies.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. But I have a few other Libby holds coming up, but I feel like I'm gonna have to return it in order to get it again, and then I'm gonna have to wait all over again for it,
I'm sorry.
which is so upsetting. I'm trying to decide if I want to start Crescent City, the other Sarah J. Maas.
I can't be part of that decision because I don't like it.
That's okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, well, fantastic. Lots of reading to come.
that's exciting. I do
Yeah.
want to know, I guess at some point I might follow you down the Sarah J. Maas road just because it has such hype and I will follow in terms of books. Yeah,
I
but
did
it'll be
really like I liked the Throne of Glass series. I enjoyed
okay.
that one a lot more than Akatar,
Yeah. Okay.
for what it's worth.
All right.
Cool. Well,
Thank
happy
you.
reading, everybody.
Guys, please tell us what you've been reading. Let us know. And remember, please like and tell your friends about us.
Follow us on Instagram, share those posts, leave
Yeah.
that rating, the 5-star rating, obviously.
Yeah. We're gonna
We're
ask
excited.
Shook if Shook can add like bullhorn noises in the background, like doo 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 doo, to get you all hyped
Do
about.
you think that would lead to more or less listening?
I think that would I don't know. It would make me happy to hear it.
Yeah.
Just like
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited.
okay.
Oh, you know
Well,
what? I can read it on the Libby app.
oh yeah, I was a little bit confused about why don't you just use the app.
I always like send it to my Kindle, but I guess I
Oh,
will do this. I can do that. That's fantastic. Well, guys, problem
high five.
solved. High five.
All
All
right.
right. Have a good night. Bye,
Bye
everybody. Happy
guys.
reading.